Hey y'all, it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas. Today we have the beginning of a fun tutorial for you. I have two 11-inch by 14-inch canvases. They came in a pack of 2 from Hobby Lobby for $5.99. And then I have some paint set out, which I have my Valspar Satin Spun Honey, which is this nice, beautiful pale yellow shade. And then I have the Satin Coral Reef. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over how to get the canvas ready for HTV. And the reason why we're doing 2 canvases is on Wednesday we will do either the Cricut or the silhouette tutorial from start to finish on how to cut. We do the whole 9 yards to be able to place it on the HTV, and then on Friday we will do the same thing with either the silhouette or Cricut. So we'll just switch between the 2 this week. And also I want y'all to go ahead and give me some ideas of what you would like to be able to see on these canvases. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm shaking up my 2 paint colors so they're nice and mixed. Other than that, I have them laying on some paper, and then I have 2 sponge tip brushes that you can buy in a big pack. Now give me a sec to adjust the camera and we will get started on this project. Okay. So hopefully you can see well what I'm doing. And as I said, I've got the 2 canvases just laid out on some parchment paper. And we're going to go ahead and open up the Coral Reef color. And for me, I do like to go to Lowe's or Home Depot, and they have these samples typically for $2 or $3 each, and there's a lot of paint in here, and it's a great way to get colors to test out on projects and things like that. But we need to have plenty of time for this to dry, so that's why we're going ahead and getting it painted so it has time to dry before we get started on the full tutorial. And then that way, I think this is what we're going to start doing on a weekly basis. Is doing, whether it be like a project like this where we have to get things prepared, such as the canvas, and do that on Mondays of that week, or we will do what supplies and things like that that you're going to need for the next tutorials for the rest of the week. So we are going to be doing this in HTV. So what I need from y'all is what kind of colors you want to see. And see, I don't like to apply my paint too thick. I like to keep it pretty thin so you can see the white of the canvas a little bit coming through. I like that almost aged, kind of imperfectly perfect thing. And it really doesn't take long to do this, to get the canvas ready. And last night we went and brought the kids to go see, well, Cameron and Nadia. Caden doesn't do scary movies, but we went and brought them to see Insidious: The Last Key, which was pretty decent. Scary movies are one of my favorite genres to see. You know, I like horror movies, and the Insidious, it was PG-13. Now I realize Cameron's only 10, but he does have older siblings and he's pretty mature for a 10-year-old, so I feel like a PG-13 is not that bad for him. As I said, he's got siblings that are way older than he is, and you know, if he didn't see it with us, then he would get to see it on TV when we're not looking, because he does share a room with his brother, who will be 16 this June. But Cameron likes the stuff more so than Caden does, so I don't know. But as you can see, what I did first is just took and went around the outside with the coral color, because it's a lot easier to paint the outside before we get everything else going. But you want to have plenty of time for your paint to dry. So you want to do this at least 24 hours, which is why we're doing this separate, before we put our HTV on here to keep it from bubbling and making sure that it adheres well. Because paint can be finicky when it gets hot. But we did that, which we go to the movies a lot. There's several that we want to see. But I mean, Cameron, since he was little, his favorite movie series whenever he was 2 was Jurassic Park. That was his dad's favorite, and he's just never been one to scare easy. So, but he's a good, sweet kid. We have a new video going up today as well on the other channel. I got in my Beautylish Lucky Bag today, and Cameron wanted to help me unbox it, so we unboxed that on my second channel. Now what I'm doing is, we've got the base coat of paint on. I'm just taking my brush and rubbing all those excess lines smooth. But there we go. It looks absolutely beautiful. And I went ahead and we got our tickets for the rodeo this year. We are going to bring the kids to go see One Republic. We go to the rodeo once a year at the Houston Livestock Rodeo, and I typically bring the kids to go see with someone that they would enjoy. We're doing One Republic. Last year we went and saw the Chainsmokers, which the kids loved, me not so much. So it's trying to find that happy medium. We brought the kids to go see Bruno Mars there, which is one of Cameron's favorites. We've seen Maroon 5, which was really good, Miranda Lambert, which I absolutely adore, and the Chainsmokers. So, hold on, this is taking me a second to open up this buttery yellow. As you can see, I'm not the neatest painter. So there's paint all over the lid, so there we go. Trying to get it open without causing a mess. And I just figured these were nice and pretty and springy. If you have any ideas for sayings for them, let me know. If not, we'll just come up with it once they're dry. I like to, typically when I'm making a project, a lot of times I don't have my saying in mind until I have my base done. That's kind of what gives me inspiration. But as you can see, this is just that beautiful, beautiful buttery light yellow color. And all that I'm doing is I'm holding it like a pizza. I'm trying to keep it on screen for you, but when I'm doing this part, it's kind of hard to keep it in focus. But there we go. And we also booked our Disney World trip, which will be in December. We are going to go to Disney World in December from June, not June, why am I saying June? Because we typically go in June. But with my mother and father-in-law going and everything like that, and with Aubrey being a baby still, we figured we would go when it was a little bit cooler. I think everybody would have a little bit more fun. Now for me, it doesn't really bother me, but other people, it does. So, as you can see, I've got that buttery yellow color painted all to the side. I'm going to move that coral one out of the way so you can see the buttery yellow a little bit better. Now I'm just dipping in, and we're going to get started on the furthest edge and get painted. But I figured this would be some pretty spring art. We're getting, yes, I know it's dead of winter, and tomorrow we may even be closed tomorrow. looking at the weather for us. Now you have to realize where we're at, it barely ever freezes or gets super cold. This year it's done it more than I traditionally like, but tomorrow the weather is supposed to be a high of 39 and a low of 21, and it's supposed to snow and sleet and be icy, and I don't drive in the ice. Maybe we'll have like a snow day with the kids if the weather's bad enough where we're gonna stay home and just chill out and watch movies and all that fun kind of stuff. But now I know Orlando's like that, but my luck will be we'll plan our Christmas, and we will be there for Christmas. This is our Christmas present, Nadia's graduation, and everything all in one. But we were planning on being at Disney World from December 22nd, which I haven't booked flights yet, so that may change a little bit. But from December 22nd through January the 2nd. So like 12 days, 11 nights at Disney. So it'll be fun. But we're planning on having 8 days worth of park tickets for Disney World, and then doing Universal, so Cameron can, because Cameron, my little one, he loves Harry Potter. He read all the entire series whenever he was in 3rd grade. Bringing Cameron over to Universal to see Harry Potter World, because we brought Caden whenever he was little, when we lived in California when Jeremy was in the Navy, to Universal, but he doesn't remember it. And Cameron is obsessed with the Jurassic World series and with Harry Potter. So now, as you can see, I'm just scraping off the excess and closing up my paint. But that's kind of where we are for plans. And things do change, you know. We try to do our best, but we're planning on spending New Year's and Christmas out at Disney. And if you've ever done that, please leave in the comments down below some pointers for us on what to see and what to do. We've been to Disney before, but I'm not sure if we need to go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and things like that. So let me know if you've been and what you thought. Now give me a second to change video views, and we'll go over everything that we did. As you can see, we've got our 2 canvas painted. Now, what I want you to do is tell me which quotes, if you can think of any, that you want on these 2 down below. And whether you want the coral for the silhouette, or the yellow for the silhouette, or the coral for the Cricut, or the yellow for the Cricut. So just let me know that info in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and remember to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there, and if you hit the little bell notification icon next to it, that will notify you when we post new videos. So remember, check us out on all of our social medias: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. I will leave the video in my description box down below that you have to comment on to be entered into the scrap box drawing. So just click on that link and that'll take you to that video. So I guess that's it. Thanks, and y'all have a great day.